Alright, everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot, and we are back. I have a slight nose, head, throat cold thing going on right now, so if I sound different, that's why. Please don't make fun of me. Just kidding, you do what you want. But we're back with another Ask Thundershot. It's been a little while since I done release. I think I'm just going to stick with just randomly pulling out an Ask FM video. Just out of the blue, just sometimes, when I feel like it. We have exactly 1,000 questions right now. Every time I do one of these, I get 200 more questions asked than I had previously. Good God. Excuse me, this is going to suck. This is the first time I've talked today with this cold thing, so hopefully it doesn't hang around too long. Anyways, just start from the bottom like we always do. Now we're here, and then we work our way up for 15 minutes, and then we cut, and then we work our way from the top down for 15 minutes, and then that keeps it fair, so that way I still answer questions even though they were asked 6 months ago. I get to everyone eventually no matter what is the idea behind that. So why is Pilaf a child in Battle of Gods? All we know for sure is that, and I had to look this up in the Dragon Ball Wiki just to be sure 100%, but all we know for sure is that sometime prior to Battle of Gods, they gathered the Dragon Balls and wished for youth, and that sent them back down to how they were. So there is that. Thundershot, do you think DBZ Xenoverse might be the best game out of the DBZ games of all time? It still has the potential. It's definitely taken a hit. It's definitely taken a hit with the character roster that we've seen now, and with them already running DLC for all this stuff when their character roster wasn't actually completed yet. So it's looking less likely, but this game, we haven't played the full game yet. It still has the potential. If the online is as good as it's supposed to be, if the story mode is that grand and fantastic, it still has the potential to be the best DBZ game of all time, but we can't say for sure yet. Tarble versus Turles. I believe that one goes to Turles, because Tarble was supposed to be like a little stronger than Raditz or something like that, if I remember correctly. Tarble was not strong, and Turles had his kill driver. He had the fruit tree, but thank you, Jonathan Guerrero, for that question. Wolffang Fisted, damn T-Sizzle, you're a freak, like the perversion, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is a question in reference to an Ask FM video I did a very, very, very long time ago, and it's sexual. Thank you, Majin Soul, but I think today we're just going to skim over that one because I don't feel like redoing all of that stuff from the last. It was a long time ago when that question was relevant, because these questions were asked 6 months ago. So I'm sorry, but thank you for the question, Majin Soul. What philosophical insight do you personally draw from Plato's allegory of the cave? Also, do you prefer Flogging the Marin or the Angry Pirate? I am not even going to go near that one, because I have not seen or read Plato's allegory of the cave, and then I don't want to go near anything called Flogging the Marlin or the Angry Pirate. Sup, Thundershot, like your videos. Who is the strongest villain in the universe, Frieza or Kid Buu? Because they said Buu was the strongest in a million years ago. Frieza said he's the strongest in the universe. He's the strongest. So I'm just going to assume Frieza didn't know about Majin Buu at that point in time. So that would be, Majin Buu would be the stronger one by far. Until Fakatsu no F happens, I'm assuming like it's almost guaranteed Fakatsu no F will make Frieza stronger than Majin Buu. Excuse me one second. Okay, so yeah, presumably Frieza will be stronger after Fakatsu no F. But I can kind of see where like they're tripping up their words on that one. But yeah, I'm just going to assume Frieza didn't actually know about Majin Buu. Rate Mario Kart 8. Question asked by Light 'em Up Homie. Mario Kart 8 is a really good game, actually, on a scale, like on the 0 to 10. I mean, probably give Mario Kart 8 7.8, 8 out of 10, somewhere in there. Maybe 8.5 on a good day, I don't know. The game itself is really well done. I mean, the DLC for it is fun too, but to play against the computers and stuff is really fun. I think that's somewhat balanced. And then to go online, if you know what you're doing, going online is really, really, really fun until you get ranked super high, and then you're playing against a bunch of Mario Kart Turbo nerds and you never win games anymore, and that can get aggravating, because I have this thing, like, if you've seen me play Mario Kart Online before, or Mario Kart 8 on Twitch streams before, where it seems like every single game I would start out and I would either be in first or second place for the first 2 laps. The whole first 2 laps, I'm owning, I'm wrecking everything, and then all of a sudden, the moment lap 3 starts, I get smacked with a blue shell, I get smacked with a red shell, someone throws a bomb at me, and then someone runs me over when they have a star. And at that point, there's no like I fall back to like 7th, 8th, and at that point, there's no coming back to 1st ever again. But I had an entire like 3 or 4 hour session of me playing Mario Kart where that's all that happened. It was like every single race, I was in 1st or 2nd, I was doing really good, and then all of a sudden, as soon as lap 3 hit, everyone threw everything that I couldn't dodge at me, and then I lost because of that. So online gets pretty aggravating on occasion, which is why I don't really play Mario Kart anymore. But it's a good game nonetheless. It's still worth the buy. Plus, with how few titles there are on the Wii, like, you may as well pick up Mario Kart if you're looking to get use out of Wii U, to get use out of your Wii U. If Broly the Second Coming happens during the Boo Saga, what would happen if Broly awoke in Trunks' hot timeline? Would he be beaten by future Trunks after he returned and destroyed Cell and the androids, or would he overpower Trunks then attack the androids? Also, would Broly win against them? Broly versus the androids is actually pretty cool. If it's the first Broly, he gets his ass kicked by the androids. If it's Broly from Broly's Second Coming, if I'm remembering this movie correctly, that's when Goten's around. Yeah, that did happen during the Boo Saga. Alright, I had to get my shit sorted out to make sure that I knew when exactly this shit took place. But, no, I'm pretty sure Broly wins that one. Broly takes out, if he shows up, if it's Broly's Second Coming that happens during the hot timeline, then yeah. Broly shows up and smacks the androids and all that stuff. If Broly shows up during Trunks' main timeline, good God, I need to rewatch the Broly movies. I'm like 99% sure Gohan's a teen. It's Teen Gohan in the first one. Yeah, Teen Gohan in the first one, who could only go Super Saiyan 1, I believe. Then in the Second Coming, that's the one where it's adult Gohan and Goten trying to figure it out. And then in the third Broly movie, Bio Broly, is when it's just Goten and Trunks. And correct me if I'm wrong. It has been a while since I've seen the Broly movies, but if that's the order that I think it is, Broly's Second Coming is when that one did happen during the Boo Saga. And if that happened, Dragon Ball Heroes speculates that by then future Trunks would be Super Saiyan 3 by the time the Boo Saga rolls around. So yeah, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks would beat Broly. That's a hard one to say. I need to rewatch the Broly movies. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a better answer, Johnny. What would you call a fusion between King Vegeta and Bardock? King Bardock? Vegedoc? King Bargita? Bargita sounds okay. Bargita sounds like an awful, like, what you would name your Polish daughter if she was super butch. I don't know. Not a bad question, Johnny. Would you ever play Ultimate Tenkaichi? I honestly understand how terrible the fighting mechanics are, but everything else, in my opinion, is really well done. I would really enjoy watching you play it as well. Anyways, thanks. I love your work. To label this out, I don't know. Part of me wants to play Ultimate Tenkaichi, especially like on stream or anything like that. But I think once Xenoverse happens and gets over with, I believe, like, what I want to do with my channel after that, once Xenoverse has kind of run its course, I mean, I feel like we'll be able to post Xenoverse videos for a really long time, but once the main beef of Xenoverse has ran its course, I want to always have, like, some Dragon Ball playthrough going on in the background, so we can start, like, the Budokai series, the Tenkaichi series, we could play other Dragon Ball games. I can get Legacy of Goku and things like that on an emulator for Game Boy and stuff. So I want to always have at least one Dragon Ball playthrough going on my channel. I think that would be cool to go along with the other playthroughs that I'm also doing. And I feel like I would eventually have to get to Ultimate Tenkaichi if that were the case, but it would be quite a while. It would be a very long time before I would ever actually get to it. What's the best version of DBZ to collect? Orange bricks, Dragon boxes, Blu-ray seasons, etc. I have the Blu-rays, just because Blu-ray is nice, but there's also like the original like box art for the DVDs and stuff done in Blu-ray, where I think it's the orange bricks you're talking about. It might be the Dragon boxes, I'm not sure. But Random Black Gamer posted on Anime Multiverse like what the originals look like. I have like the Blu-ray covers that there's a whole lot more in the Blu-ray covers. It's not just like Goku charging at the screen or Gohan charging at the screen, or I mean, you know, whoever on the cover of that one. I have like the crazy Blu-ray colors, so it's all done to preference, but I have the Blu-ray colors. I don't think it matters at the end of the day. The same content's on the DVD. How did Goku catch the heart virus? Magic, and I don't know. Probably got him from the people who taught him instant transmission, maybe? There's some kind of virus that wasn't affecting them that totally ate Goku alive. No, Trunks said it was a heart virus that was just overtaking the Earth. So there were a lot of people on Earth getting the heart virus around that time and dying from it. I guess if it's strong enough to kill Goku, it's probably strong enough to kill your average Joe. But Trunks came from the future where there was a cure for it. But no, the heart virus is just something that spread like, I mean, you know, like the flu would or anything, you know. Just somebody coughed near him or something. I don't know. Biology. Do you ever wonder if Goku went Majin instead of Vegeta? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Goku couldn't go Majin because he's pure of heart. And I know that's not the fun answer here, but Goku couldn't go Majin if he's pure of heart. On top of that, if Goku did go Majin, not a whole lot would change. I don't know if the Majin boost would be enough to allow Super Saiyan 3 Goku to defeat Super Buu. And if that was the case, then I don't think it would matter. On top of that, because Goku could have beat Fat Buu, but he chose not to. Goku could have beat Kid Buu, but he chose not to because Vegeta wanted to turn, or he wanted Vegeta to have a turn, and then Goku was out of energy, and I don't think that would have changed. I think Goku still would have had a good fight with Kid Buu, even if he had the Majin boost, but still would have ran out of energy and not been able to hold Super Saiyan 3 anymore. And they would have had to have relied. So I really don't think it much overall, because it's assumably if Vegeta gets the Majin boost and then denies Babidi, so Babidi can't control him, Goku would be able to do the same. Goku wouldn't get controlled by Babidi either. He would just take the boost from it. So yeah, Vegeta might stay alive because Vegeta doesn't go blow himself up. Him and Goku never fight that way because he knows Goku's stronger. But no, I don't think a whole lot changes if Goku gets the Majin boost, because like I said, Fat Buu, he chose not to beat Fat Buu. He said he could have killed Fat Buu, but he chose not to. I still don't think he would have been strong enough to take on Super Buu after he absorbed Gotenks. And then he chose not to beat Kid Buu. According to Goku, he chose not to beat Kid Buu, and then he ran out of energy, and I still think he would have ran out of energy, so there you go. Am I going to pre-order Battle of Gods? Did it, have it, Blu-ray extended cut, it's awesome. Questions 5 months ago. Don't give the guy a hard time. Why did Vegeta defuse inside Buu's body? Fucking magic. I don't know. That was something that never made sense to me. But just something about Buu absorbing them, split them back into their normal forms. But that one's kind of difficult to explain because they never actually talk about it in the show. If you could have sex with one fictional character, who would it be and why? Off the top of my head, I wanted to be like Bulma, because that way we could get married and she's super fucking rich and I could have all the money in the world, but then not Bulma because Vegeta would fucking kill me. Fictional characters, I'm not into that. I'm not into the anime hentai stuff. I don't look at it like that. That's difficult. I don't know. I don't have an honest answer for you. It's an out there question, but I'm sorry. I don't. Just some decently attractive, extremely rich girl that I would get money from. I'm whoring out. I'm sorry, I'm whoring out. If it has to be an anime character, I'm gonna whore out. There we go. How long have you enjoyed DBZ? Oh god, I don't remember how old I was. Back in the Toonami days. I mean, I want to say I was around 7, 8, 9, at the latest 10 years old. When I started watching DBZ regularly on Toonami. But yeah, so that would have been at least 11 years ago, probably closer to like 13, 14, 15 years ago. So there you go. What if Gohan kept training after Cell? How strong would it be? I've always wondered how, like, if Goku never died and he got to keep training Gohan, if Gohan would have been able to achieve Super Saiyan 3 on his own. Because the only people that we ever actually see go Super Saiyan 3 are Goku, who got training in Otherworld, and Goten and Trunks, who are a fusion. But no, like, person on their own was ever able to go Super Saiyan 3 without Otherworld, I guess, with Goku. And they say it's because of Otherworld training that he was able to achieve Super Saiyan 3. So it's hard to say whether Gohan would actually be strong enough to do that. It's 7 years. He was Super Saiyan 2. He had just cracked Super Saiyan 2. But he went from Super Saiyan, and it was because of his hidden power, but he went from Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan 2. And technically, I guess it would be 6 months if you count the hyperbolic time chamber. Around 6 months, maybe less, maybe closer to 3. I don't know how long after he went Super Saiyan they were left in the hyperbolic time chamber. But you would think by 7 years' time, if he trained, trained his ass off every day, did everything he could, maybe spend a second day in the chamber for all we know, he could have pulled out Super Saiyan 3 on his own. Because, like I said, in Dragon Ball Heroes, future Trunks manages to go Super Saiyan 3. And I feel like Dragon Ball Heroes is non-canon. Like, it's not canon by any means. But if Trunks would be able to do that, Gohan would. Definitely, because Gohan was stronger than Trunks by a pretty little bit in the Cell Saga. So, yeah, if Gohan goes Super Saiyan 3, depending on how long after he goes Super Saiyan 3 he has, I believe he would still be stronger than Super Buu if he absorbed Gotenks, but there wouldn't be a Gotenks because Gohan would show up, Gohan would kill Fat Buu, If Gohan doesn't manage to kill Fat Buu, Gohan would kill Super Buu base form. Gotenks would never need to exist. Goku would never learn the fusion dance, would he? Because he learned it in Otherworld, if I remember correctly. Goku would never learn the fusion dance. Gotenks would never exist. Super Buu couldn't absorb anyone strong enough to take on Super Saiyan 3 Gohan. Goku might be Super Saiyan 3. Goku may or may not be Super Saiyan 3. Because he wasn't a Super Saiyan 2 at the time of the Cell Saga, so it's hard to say if he would have made it or not. If Gohan did, yeah, it's you get really what ify with that. But that's something that I always like to think about, is if Gohan had kept training, he would be super, super strong. What if Gohan kept training after the Cell games and trained with old Kai? Other than unlocking his potential, I think unlocking his potential is about the best old Kai can do. So, I mean, Ultimate Gohan is still the end result with that one, because it's just unlocking potential. On top of that, if by somehow Gohan kept training for the 7 years and then got his potential unlocked, his potential would be vastly superior after the 7 years of training, and he could probably mop the floor with anybody easily at that point. Gohan with unlocked potential training 7 years after the Cell Saga would destroy anything, the more I think about it. Like, my god, he could probably take on some GT villains with how strong he would be, but no. Spider-Man versus Captain America, Deathstroke versus the Winter Soldier, Hercule versus Batman without his suit or gadgets, just pure martial arts. Koei Anti-Monitor versus Fully Fed Galactus, Living Tribunal versus, and the Spectre versus Pre-Retcon Beyonder. I'm just going to answer the ones I know. Spider-Man versus Captain America. It's tough. I feel like I want to give that one to the Captain America, but Spider-Man's smarter, so it's hard to say. Yeah, it's really hard to say with Spider-Man. You'd have to ask R9 about this, what he thinks. He's probably read the comments where they say that, but yeah. So I'm going to go ask R9 what he thinks about that, or maybe he'll leave it in the comments if he watches this video. But that is an interesting one. I want to say Captain America. I'm not even a huge Captain America fan, but I want to say Captain America over Spider-Man, but I don't know for sure. Deathstroke versus the Winter Soldier. Now this one's kind of not fair because I'm a huge fan of the Winter Soldier. Really big fan of the Winter Soldier, but Deathstroke's kind of a badass. Yeah, I think you have to give that one to Deathstroke almost, just because as long as he's still got his powers where he's super fucking strong and all that stuff. If he doesn't have like his super strong powers, because I'm watching the Green Arrow right now on Netflix and whatnot, but if he doesn't have his powers, like after that whole fiasco, then the Winter Soldier takes that one. The Winter Soldier's badass, and I want to see the second movie with him in it, because I think they're actually going to give him half a personality in the next one, and if he gets a decent personality at all, Winter Soldier's going to be one of my top favorite Marvel characters, and that'll be sick. Hercule versus Batman without his suit or gadgets. I'm going to give that one to Hercule, because I'm going to assume Batman isn't the world's best martial artist. Hercule isn't the world's best martial artist, but he has won tournaments, and the reason I say he's not the best is not because of the Z characters, but because Toriyama did an interview a while back after Battle of Gods came out, and in it he said Hercule's actually a really, really good martial artist. He's not the best, because there were some scenarios where his opponents that would beat him somehow got like the stomach flu, or they were taken out in a back alley by other means, quotation marks or whatever. But Hercule he actually has won a few tournaments on his own by being just one of the strongest humans around, as hard as that is to believe, without like excluding the Z Warriors, one of the strongest Earthlings around. So I actually want to give that one to Hercule, especially if Batman doesn't have his suit or gadgets, because that's all Batman is suit and gadgets. One thing I never liked about Batman, like, it's weird to say Batman, well, he doesn't have powers, but Iron Man's my favorite superhero, but I don't like Batman because Batman, they always say like, well, you just give Batman preparation, he can do anything. Well, yeah, you give a guy who's has half a decent IQ, an unlimited amount of money, and a good amount of time to think about how to approach the problem, he's gonna find a way to spend an insane amount of money and eventually get around any problem in the world that you can confront, pretty much. If all you have is an insane amount of time and an unlimited amount of money, then yeah, almost any human being alive can get by. There's situations like that, but no, I want to say Hercule, and then I do not know any of the rest of this stuff. I'm sorry, but I don't know any of the last that. But thank you, Mr. Proto Man. What are your thoughts on Microsoft's crappy Xbox One? You pretty much summed it up in the question. I've actually gone over time quite a bit for the bottom ones. This will be my last question here. But Microsoft's Xbox One is I have explained why I prefer the PS4 before. It's Microsoft when they first. It's the main thing is like first of all they've wired so much processing power to go to the Kinect that it can't run games quite as well as the PS4. You're going to catch longer loading screens. The graphics might not so you'll find occasions where the PS4 has 60 frames where Xbox only has 30. Your PS4 has 1080p when Xbox only has 720. And that's not every game. Obviously, some games run the exact same platform and stuff like that. Sometimes, I mean, Ubisoft's been paid to make them the same platform across, so it just depends. And I don't mean to like super hate on the Xbox One, but the thing that got me with the Xbox One, the thing that I was like, nope, I'm definitely sticking with Sony, is the E3 when they announced it, and they announced you had to pay $5 to share a game with your friend via online. Every game was going to be like digital like that. I mean, you know, you had to pay $5. You had to be hooked up to the internet once a day. And then they were putting all this stipulated bullshit on it. And they knew it was bullshit. Like, they had to know it was bullshit. Like, oh, yeah, you just pay $5 to share a game with your friend. We're charging people money for that now. And then, obviously, the outcry, people were like, oh, fuck Xbox. There's no way. Xbox changed all their shit, but it was that they had the audacity to try and jip us from the start. Like, from the get-go, they're like, oh, no, these people are totally stupid enough. They'll totally pay $5 to change their games. They're not going to be upset about that. And then they changed it later because the outcry was that bad. But to think that we were that stupid in the first place is what really chapped me about that. But that's going to be the last question there. And let's go to the top. There we go. I really love the music you play during your League of Legends streams. Can you enlighten me as to where I could find this awesome music? By Marcel Wadley. Oh, okay, here we go. So thank you for that question because it's something I mean to bring up. I'm really bad about remembering to link my music, but any music I get that you hear on a YouTube video, which you're hearing in the background right now, there's a 99% chance it comes from the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds. Just look it up, No Copyright Sounds. That's where I get all the music that I use for my YouTube videos because the sounds are not copywritten, so I can get away with that, and it's music I'm allowed to use, which is super awesome. So I thank people like Tobu and Lensko, I think is how you say his name, and all the other artists who make music that is copyright free, because it is really nice to have background noise that I don't have to pay for and or I don't have to get copyright claimed and or shut down by YouTube for. Thank you for bringing that up. On my League of Legends streams, and sometimes if I play, as I put it, bumpin' beats, or bumping music, during my streams, if I decide to play my own music, what I play there is a mix of, it's No Copyright Sounds Spotify, and then on top of that, it's anything Blackmail. Anything by the band Blackmail, I will get. And because if you just go to Blackmail Spotify, just go to the YouTube page or whatever, just download it all. Everything Blackmail is solid. You will like if you like that style of music at all, everything Blackmail does is solid. So yeah, you're gonna hear the band called Blackmail, and then anything from No Copyright Sounds. Thank you for the question, and I'm glad I had an opportunity to clear that up. Team 4-star Popo versus Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta Fukatsu OF Frieza Bills Whis near Supersonic Perfect Chaos Detailed Answer please, from Elva Killer, and TFS Popo by a landslide. That's as detailed as you're gonna get. Has Xenoverse been overhyped? From Matt Muscuddy. Okay, has Xenoverse been overhyped? I think, like, obviously, like me and like the rest of the YouTubers, we hyped it up a lot because it had the potential to be amazing. And the longer time went on, it seemed like the more that potential dwindled just a little bit. Just like we slowly found out things about the game, where like there won't be CPU versus CPU. We're not gonna get Super Saiyan 3 on our custom Saiyan character. There's no real transformation for Majin's or Frieza race, or Koji and Frieza race. I mean, you know, Earthlings still don't really have a point yet. There's no transformation for Namekians, which not that they ever really transform, except into the giant Namekian that like Lord Slug did. But and then obviously the character roster being the most recent, so it slowly dropped off that potential little by little. And we may have overhyped in the beginning, but I don't know if it was overhyped. It's just we were excited because this is still going to be a good game, and we saw that from the beginning that this game was going to be a really good game, and then we just really, really, really hoped for the best. And I'm not going to say that it's not going to be the best. As long as the gameplay's solid and online's good, this is still going to be a great game. But what I'm hoping is that they build on Xenoverse from here. Give them like 2 or 3 more years and let them make... They don't have to call it Xenoverse 2 or anything like that. I don't know what they're going to do with the story mode, but let them run the same engine that they have now and just build on it. Yeah, the next time around, give us, Super Saiyan 3 on our Saiyan characters, the transformations like I talked about, a bigger character roster to choose from. Give me more than 8 creative character slots. Give me like 40 or something like that, you know? And just, yeah, just all that stuff. And then like I said, or like I've mentioned before, the DLC comes out and their regular game wasn't even finished yet. So it's hard to say stuff like that. Sergio just had a data mining thing come out on the day I'm filming this. I don't know when I'm going to upload it, but Sergio had a data mining thing that shows that DLC was programmed into the disc. So this isn't like there's preloaded DLC in the disc. So you're buying stuff that's already on the game, essentially, when they didn't have their regular roster complete yet. And that's what rubs me the wrong way about Xenoverse. But it's still going to be good. Overhyped, perhaps. We were definitely more excited for it when it was first announced, when we saw the cool shit that could have been in it the first time around. But I am still excited. You understand where I'm coming from, but thank you for the question. Which name do you like better, Hercule or Mr. Satan? I go back and forth between the both. Sometimes I call him Mr. Satan, sometimes it's Hercule. I guess I prefer Mr. Satan, but either or, really. I'm glad he has both names, to be honest. Good. I like to jump back and forth. Thank you, Tyler Went. For the question, what game do you think is better, Battle of Z or Ultimate Tenkaichi? That is a tough one. I have not played enough Ultimate Tenkaichi to be 100% certain on that. But for now, someone pointed out that as long as you have friends to play with, the initial playthrough of Battle of Z is not that bad. And I spent a pretty decent amount of time playing Battle of Z. And this is before I actually made any money off YouTube or anything like that. So I can't say I didn't enjoy at least a little bit of time playing Battle of Z, because I played it so much. Like I said, YouTube money didn't have anything to do with anything. And I still did play it a lot. So it was fun to do on live streams. I don't know if I'll ever actually put it back in my system again and play it anymore, because it's not good anymore at all. Like, the online versus mode is just absolute garbage. There's no reason to ever play that game online in versus mode. And I've done all the quests. I mean, a good number of times. There's nothing left for me to do there unless I want to collect all the cards, which doesn't sound fun. So I'm going to say Battle of Z, but I haven't played enough Ultimate Tenkaichi to give an honest opinion on that. Who do you think has the best mic skills in Dragon Ball? It's not even a question to me. The notorious P.O.P.O. P.S. He loves it when they call him Big Popo. Hercule Satan's got the best mic skills, hands down. Everyone believes he was sick, and it's all just a trick. But the notorious P.O.P.O. is not bad. Hey, I love your work. Just wondering, why didn't Gohan go Super Saiyan when he fought Boo, Gotenks, and Piccolo Absorbed? He did not go Super Saiyan because he was Ultimate Gohan. Excuse me. It's that cold thing. Whatever weird noise I just made, I'm sorry. Because he was Ultimate Gohan. Now, I always wondered that as a kid. I was like, yo, why the fuck isn't Gohan going Super Saiyan? I understand he's Ultimate, but wouldn't Super Saiyan make him stronger? I mean, I thought the same thing about Goku when Goku went God form. I'm like, yo, Goku's God form now. Wouldn't Super Saiyan 3 God form let him actually take on Beerus and win? But apparently that's not how it works. Goku is... Excuse me. It's his nose problem again. Anyway, Goku is, not Goku. Gohan is Ultimate, and there was a rumor for a long time going around that is completely unofficial, by the way, that if Gohan went Super Saiyan while he had his ultimate powers, the universe would blow up or something like that. That rumor is entirely false. I don't know where that rumor started at. This was kind of disproven in Battle of Gods, but even if he would have done it in the Buu Saga, the Earth wouldn't have blown up. That just doesn't make sense. I think it's just he would be wasting his transformation because his potential's been unlocked. That's apparently the strongest he can get with where he's at right now. Without training anymore, that's the strongest he can possibly be, is what the old Kai unlocked for him. So if he goes Super Saiyan, he has to burn energy to go Super Saiyan, but then it doesn't actually make him any stronger, I think is the case. I don't think he actually would get stronger by going Super Saiyan, so he just didn't bother with it. But thank you for the question, Matt Muscati. Where are you from? The United States of America. Do you think Mario should stop saving Peach? She keeps getting captured, man. I don't know anymore. Wouldn't bother me that she'd quit being in my Mario Kart games, and maybe she wouldn't make it in the Mario Party, so... It's not Peach doesn't bother me in Mario Kart. What bothers me is Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Pink Gold Peach. Those are all really stupid characters. Baby Rosalina's unnecessary too. And then all the fucking Bowser kids. But I'm getting off topic. But if Mario stops saving Peach, then we don't get these super awesome games anymore. So I don't know. I think you should probably keep it up because Mario games are still pretty solid. Do you watch Vine? If so, who's your favorite Viner? I don't actually watch Vines. I don't have a Vine. I catch, like, when people retweet cool Vines on Twitter or funny Vines on Twitter, I'll catch that. But if I have to say one, I used to really like the RKO out of nowhere guy back when he existed, but he sold his Twitter. He had a Twitter called RKO Vines, and he sold it to now it's like KO Vines or something shitty like that. And I don't even know if he still has the Vine page anymore because I blocked that Twitter account. After he sold it, I was so mad. But no, I don't really have a favorite Viner. Thank you, Eric Burdine, for the question. All right, we got enough time for a couple more questions here. Is Tien Shinhan human? I want yes. Excuse me, yes. That's kind of an argument that's up for debate because there's different sources that say different things. Some people are like, well, he's a descendant of the three-eyed people. Oh my god, excuse me one second. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Hope I remember to cut that out. Anyways, no, there's mixed sources. There's one source that says Tien is a descendant of the three-eyed people, which explains why he has 3 eyes. I don't know who the three-eyed people are or where they came from or if he's like from another planet or some shit, but I've never heard of the three-eyed people, but that's one rumor. And then the one that I choose to believe, because it's kind of up for grabs, is that Tien actually achieved his third eye through meditation, and that is in one of the games. You'd have to Dragon Ball Wiki it. I don't know it off the top of my head, but that said in one of the games that he achieved his third eye through meditation, and he is indeed human. But that kind of like me, myself, Quaman, and Black and Fist all accept him as human, solely because we've done videos on who's the strongest human that isn't Oob out of Krillin or Tien. That was always a big one for us. But yeah, I believe he's human, but it's kind of up for grabs. How strong is Kibito Kai? I actually asked Quaman this the other day, I think. Or he might have been in an Ask FM with me. This wasn't the other day. This was weeks ago. But Kibito, we wanted to put Kibito Kai somewhere between Perfect Cell and Super Perfect Cell. Kind of in that realm. Which is weird because that's such a small gap. But that's pretty much where we narrowed it down. Like, to the best of our knowledge, that's where we narrowed it down to. It was somewhere between Perfect Cell and Super Perfect Cell. Either way, he wasn't strong enough to actually matter. By the time the Boo Saga rolls around, that's the thing, is it's hard to tell because once you fall off in Dragon Ball, you fall off super hard in Dragon Ball. Yeah, it's like you're either up there and close, or, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, because at that point, looking at, like, even Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta when he fought Kid Buu, at that point, it almost doesn't even matter. You could be Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, or you can be Yamcha at that point, but he was going to get his ass kicked because Buu's so strong. Because you fought, well, yeah, so it's hard to say, but that's where we pegged Kibito Kai at. All right, a couple more questions here. This is a link to the Justice League Abridged series. I watched a couple parts of that, or not a couple parts. I watched like a minute or two of that, and I didn't think it was very good, but you guys can check it out for yourself, I guess. Have I heard the ocean dub, the oceanic dub, I'm guessing? And Quaman made sure to show me at least Raycoom's voice, because Raycoom sounds like a crazy fucking psychopath in the oceanic dub. So yeah, check that out. But I've heard a little bit of it, not all of it. All right, last question. This one's got a name. Eric Burdine's back. Do you think the humans in the real world have ki/chi? Do you think it is possible for a person to do an energy blast? Love your vids, by the way. If it was possible for someone to do an energy blast, it would have happened, right? It would have happened by now. I believe if there was some kind of mind meditation method that could get you to control your energy, someone would have figured it out. We would have had some robot sense that it was possible for us to do this. So sadly, no. I think there's been enough kids who have tried to throw out an energy blast that just couldn't do it, and so many dreams have been crushed, but I don't think it's possible. Thank you for the question, and that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for today's Ask FM video. I'm sorry if I ran a little long. I usually do. But thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will do another one of these randomly, but I try to do them at least once every 2 weeks or so we'll see how it goes. My Ask FM will be in the description down below if you want to check out, or if you want to ask me any questions. I'm at 970 right now. Next time I come back, I'm going to have like 1,200 questions. You guys will wait and see. Oh, we only got through like 30 questions today? That sucks. No, we had to have got through more than that. Hold on, let me refresh. No, we really only... Okay, never mind. Yeah, but that's going to do it. Hey, guys, coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed the video. Ask FM link down below. Also, follow me on Twitter, because Twitter stuff and things. I am Thundershot, and I'm out. Peace.